back from E3. Actually, like a week ago. I wanted to get this video out earlier, but I had so much going on. I came back. I had to rebuild the new freaking computer because the old one broke. Been recording a couple videos, but I finally got a chance to sit down and make this video. And let me tell you something. E3 is as crazy as you hear. To start off, I'm in Florida, so I had to travel from the complete opposite end of the country to the other end of the country on a plane, which means it's going to cost a fortune if you jump on a plane and take it straight there. So I picked a cheaper flight that had a brief layover in New Orleans. So here we are at E3 2018. Actually, we are stuck in the New Orleans airport. I don't know where the fuck we are or what there is to do here, but when we got here, time went backwards 1 hour. And our layover was originally 4 hours, so now with the time change, it's 5 hours. So we are stuck here, doing nothing, and it sucks. So, yeah. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna steal that Segway. So that's what it's like flying from Florida to California with a layover. Shit. But anyways, E3. Let me start by removing the glorification of E3 right off the bat, just for a moment. Let me describe what E3 really is. It is a ton of 3 to 4 hour lines to play a unfinished 10 to 15 minute demo of a game that you're probably going to buy in a couple of months anyways. If you can even get in a line. I'm going to get to that. The event itself is fairly messy. I mean, there's people everywhere. There's a bunch of disorganized lines that are just out of control. It's pretty chaotic. You walk and stand around for hours all day, and then you get back to your hotel or wherever you're staying at, and you don't feel like doing anything else because your legs are linguini. They're destroyed. But I do plan on going every single year from now on. It really was a ton of fun just being there at the event. You know, there's something real magical about being able to get your hands and try out a game before the rest of the world can. It was funny because I was in the line for Smash Brothers, and one of my friends texted him. He's like, "Yo, did you watch the new Smash Brothers trailer? It looks awesome." And I texted him back, and I was like, "Bitch, I'm in the line about to play it." So, yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. But aside from just playing games early, I mean, you're there with a bunch of other passionate nerds like you that love this stuff every bit as you do. I might have been waiting in 3 or 4 hour lines, but I was having a ton of conversations with strangers, people I don't even know, just about video games, and time was just flying by. Everyone was sitting on the ground with their Nintendo Switches. I brought mine. You're walking around these elaborate setups on the showroom floor, which just look amazing. Tomb Raider and the Assassin's Creed one looked great. I mean, they really decked these out. Tomb Raider looked like you were really like in some ancient-looking temple. Assassin's Creed, they had this Spartan statue with the line going around, shaped like the Ubisoft logo. It was crazy. I also got to hang out with a couple YouTubers that I've known for a little while. Thomas from the Toka Show and Chad from Tesla Chad, who me and him have been really good friends for like 2 years now. Just kind of walked around and met up throughout the day, had dinner together. We all ended up one night going back to the hotel room and just playing Mario Kart on the Switch and 4 players. So yeah, like I said, it was a really good time, and I definitely want to make it a thing every single year. Oh, and I literally almost ran into Hideo Kojima. Kojima, as in like Metal Gear Kojima. Me and my friend Ray, who was traveling with me, we had just finished eating breakfast at a restaurant. He's outside waiting for me. I'm inside paying, and I walk out, and then right in front of me, this figure just passes by, and we look at each other, and I'm like, was that fucking Kojima? I walk out the door, this dude just walks, passes in front of me in stealth mode like Snake. It took me a second to compose myself because this is the first time I think I've ever felt starstruck. So I regret it now, but I should have totally stopped him. I was going to, but he was clearly in a rush. He looked like he was rushing off somewhere. We just started following him. We followed him for a little bit, and I snuck a photo as proof. And then I just, on my way to E3. That was an awesome event, just having Kojima walk in front of me in stealth mode. Of course, E3 is mainly about the games, right? But there was a ton of swag. Every corner, there's a rep from a different company trying to hand you free shit. And if you play demos, a lot of times they give you more free shit. I love going to these events and collecting swag because it's like evidence that you were there, you know? And I'm all about collecting things. So let me show you guys some of the cool stuff I got. For starters, this is one of the items I was shocked that I was able to get because, let me tell you, all these little Funko Pops, these things, if you haven't started collecting them, don't. It's the black hole of collections. Once you start, it's endless. So, of course, they had exclusive Funko Pops that I wanted to. That line, I've next year, I refuse to do it. We get there like an hour early. We go right in when the doors open. We're waiting in line. They had a Super Shadow E3 exclusive Funko Pop. That's really what I wanted. They split their stock into 3 days, so they would cut it off, and then the rest of the inventory would go up the next day, and you would just have to keep making a line and hope that you would get your hands on one. What happens when they have exclusive things like this? You get scalpers that are making deals with their buddies in line and other people trying to buy multiples. It's supposed to be one per person, but there were people leaving that event with like 3 or 4. Like, it was pissing me off beyond belief, because now these $15 pops are on eBay for like $200. I was like 12 people away from getting a Sonic pop, and they sold out right in front of me after I waited like almost 2 hours in line. So if you're trying to get an exclusive pop and you ever go to E3, don't even bother. It's not worth your time, because the scalpers are gonna get them first. I was able to get my hands on Black Hole Bomb Mega Man, though. So I didn't really go for this specifically, but it was one of the ones that I was like, you know what, if I see it and I can get my hands on one, I'll pick it up. As you can see, I normally open these. I think I'm going to keep this one closed, though, just because it's E3 exclusive. I feel kind of bad opening it. But here's a closer look. Black Hole Bomb Mega Man. He's 8-bit, and he's purple and beautiful. I think this was from Mega Man 9 or 10. I'm not sure exactly. But you can never have too many Mega Man collectibles. Where am I going to put this shit? I don't even know. I picked up Kratos. These are already open, as you can see. I'm going to display these. Kratos and Atreus. Awesome. They had a cool little Sony booth. There was a Sony tent outside of E3. It's just this tent that PlayStation set up, and you had to wait in line to get there. It was just exclusive merchandise that you can only get at E3. And it's all PlayStation themed. So, there's Atreus. There's Kratos. I never win anything. This Sony rep goes up to me, and the group I was with, and he starts handing out these little scratch-off tickets. And actually, I still have it right here. This little scratch-off tickets right here. And he's like, yeah, scratch them. You might win, like, discount codes. And I'm like, la la la. You won a DualShock 4 wireless controller. I look at the guy, and he's like, oh, cool. We barely have any of these. You want a controller. I just went up to the counter, picked my color, and got a blue PlayStation 4 controller, brand new. $60 controller, free. It's funny, too, because the people next to me, they're scratching at the ticket. They're like, 10% off PlayStation Store purchase, and I got a controller. Some more stuff I got. I went in the Xbox Theater, or whatever it's called. How the fuck? How do you say it? Xbox Experience. I went in the Xbox Experience building, and I got a Xbox Game Pass 14-day trial. This I'm not going to use. I'm just not interested in it. If any of you want it, send me a message on Twitter. I got a Dragon Ball manga. It's got Dragon Ball on one side, Dragon Ball Super on the other, which is cool. I mean, it's your typical manga, black and white. I got a little Spyro patch for playing Spyro the Dragon. Check that out. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but free swag, right? This is one of my favorite free things they had there. They were all over the place, too. The Daily Bugle. Jailbreak, Raft Leaks. Yeah, they were PlayStation was heavily promoting the new Spider-Man game. So, this is just, it's a Daily Bugle newspaper. Like, it's legit. Everything inside, I haven't even read it all, but everything inside, it's like an actual Daily Bugle newspaper. So, this is super cool. This I'll probably find a spot on the wall somewhere. This is probably my favorite thing that I bought there. God of War, the vinyl record. I'm really trying to get into these vinyl records because a lot of game soundtracks are coming out vinyl now for some reason. I don't have a record player, but I want to get one just because these look so cool. And I'm so upset too because I packaged this so carefully, and on the way home, man, you just can't. It's creased, so I'm gonna have to find a way to fix that. But let me show you guys the packaging. They also had a Death Stranding soundtrack too, but which I was going to get. I'm glad I didn't, though, because it was like $15 and it only had 2 tracks on it. It wasn't even the full thing. Yeah, you got Kratos and Atreus here on the sleeves. But look at this. You got this one. It's like a golden record. That's cool. And then, the other one is blue, as you can see. See, this is beautiful. It's collectibles like this that I almost want to frame this, but I know if I get a record player soon, I'm going to want to listen to it. If any of you have any suggestions on how to get creases out, I would highly appreciate leaving in the comments. Some people told me to use like a hot iron or something, but I don't know if I trust that. Because I actually wanted to keep this in good condition, but thrown in luggage on a plane on the way home was no way. I have an Assassin's Creed Spartan helmet. Check that out. I mean, I'm sure they got this at like the Dollar Tree made. It's cheap plastic. And I waited like 3 hours in line to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This was the free swag. They were giving everyone helmets. It says Assassin's Creed Odyssey in the back. It's got the little plume on the top. And it's got an A right there. So there were several people walking around like this throughout the whole event, including myself, and I was not ashamed. I was quite proud. And when that game comes out, I will be sitting in this room playing it while wearing this. You best believe that. But last collectible I want to show you is the coolest. They give you these lanyards with your little badge here, where you put your name and your company name. Of course, I put GamerThumbTV. But all these pins. Every year I go, I think I'm just going to fill it with pins. Now, some of these pins I bought, and I'll give you guys a closer look, but some of them I bought there. Others, they were just free little giveaways. This one right here. I hope you guys can see that. This one right here is from Ghost of Tsushima. Is that how you say it? Tsushima? That new game coming out. They had that for like $8. It's a cool logo. I had to get it. I got a Spyro pin for playing Spyro. The second day. The first day we got the patch. And I asked the girl, I was like, are you guys giving pins? And she's like, well, we might do something tomorrow. So I went there the second day. I had to wait in line. I had to play it again. But I got my pin. So yeah, Spyro pin. I got Aloy, the girl from Horizon. This I bought in the PlayStation tent for $8. No, wrong, 20, because it came with the second one, which I'll show you that too. Here is, I don't know if you can see this one too well. It's Kratos and Atreus from God of War. That one I got with my God of War 4 pre-order, so that's not really an E3 pin. I just put it on there because I didn't know where else to put it. But I also got a Game Pass pin at the Xbox area. PlayStation buttons pin, classic image right there. Bought that for like $8 in the PlayStation tent too. There was a secret Nintendo rep walking around looking for people with Switches. And if he finds you, he gives you the I brought mine E3 2018 Nintendo Switch pin. Oh, this is the other one that came in the $20 Horizon pack. One of those, I don't remember what they're called, the T-Rex robots. This is my favorite pin for playing Mega Man 11. Mega Man 30th anniversary. Look how nice that pin is. That one's cool. Also, for playing Smash Brothers, got a pin right there. So yeah, this is going to be a yearly tradition. I like this. Yeah, and I do want to talk about some of the games I played too. I made a list of some of the games I played because I was having trouble remembering. Although I didn't play that much, the lines, like I said, the lines were ridiculous. Mega Man 11, I waited like an hour and a half for, and day one. Not that I wasn't going to get it already. It's Mega Man. Come on. I've heard a lot of people complain about the art style. And I think when you actually see it in motion, you're going to be really happy with it. It looks like a moving cartoon almost. So I played that. You get to play, I forgot if he was Blockman or Brickman. I forgot what he was called. But you play the entire level. The level I played was fairly challenging. So I like that they didn't make it easy. And there were different difficulties. Like, it was on normal by default, but there was also a superhero difficulty. Mega Man's got his regular buster, but he could also set up slow motion attacks or make them more powerful, I think it was, if I'm remembering correctly. If you like classic Mega Man, it's a must-have. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Clearly, I love Assassin's Creed. Everyone on the channel knows I love Assassin's Creed. I've heard a lot of people complain that it's very similar to Origins. That is true. The demo I played had 3 different things. It had like some kind of escort mission. It had this full-blown battle that looked like something out of 300. And it had a naval combat level. It looks like Ubisoft is playing it safe. And I think that's a good move because why fix what's not broken? Origins was a big reinvention of the franchise. It works. It plays well. Now we're in a completely different setting, different story, different character. And there were these super moves you could do. If you hold LB and then press one of the face buttons on the controller, you do supers like the Spartan kick from 300. That's one of them. There's like this shield throw move. That's a game I'm getting on day one. I already have my Spartan edition pre-ordered that comes with the statue. So I'm excited about that. I played Smash Brothers, like I mentioned before. And Ridley Ridley is my man. I've been asking for Ridley forever, and now that we finally have him, hell yes. Realistically, though, Smash is the same thing every time, you know. A couple different characters, same game, a little bit better graphics, new maps. It's always fun, though, so I'm clearly going to get that game. Spider-Man. I'm kind of disappointed about Spider-Man. Not the game itself. The game is awesome. I waited like 2 hours in line. The demo was like 15 minutes timed, and then they kick you off. And I was so distracted by a bunch of side missions and doing things. All these other players were fighting the Shocker in this big like cinematic fight. And I guess I lost track of time. I was just messing around the city. And then my demo was like, oh no, Shocker's escaped. Spider-Man, go get him. 1 minute remaining. And I was like, oh no. So I started swinging towards Shocker, and the demo ended. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed about that. The bit that I played, though, the controls are super smooth. It feels like the other Spider-Man games, but more refined and a lot more cinematic. So, PlayStation exclusive, you know it's going to be good. Soul Calibur 6, I played that. It's Soul Calibur. If you've played one Soul Calibur, you really have played them all. And they added the guy from The Witcher. I don't know his name. I don't know shit about The Witcher, but he's in there too. And they also have a button for super moves like in Marvel vs. Capcom. So that's a cool little thing they did there. Otherwise, it's just Soul Calibur again. I played Jump Force just because Goku and Frieza are in it. You guys know I'm not big into anime, but I've dabbled with Naruto. I'm super into Dragon Ball. Playing that game convinced me not to buy it, though. Honestly, it wasn't very good. At least from the demo I played, it felt very basic. From what I experienced, there was really no strategy to it. You just kind of mash the button until someone wins. I don't think it's going to be up my alley. Especially, I mean, I'm not going to pick anyone other than, like, Dragon Ball characters. So, not for me. Didn't care for the game at all. The games I really, really wanted to play that, unfortunately, lines were so long I didn't get a chance. The Division 2, I did love the first game. I love that game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I did not get to play, sadly. The Walking Dead, the new one, not the Telltale game. The booth was there. Line was long every time. Didn't get to play that. The one game I was diehard on playing there, Resident Evil 2. That line was so ridiculously long, I didn't even get to make the line. Every time I walked over there, there's a Capcom rep holding a sign saying that the line was capped. Come back. And every time I came back, the line was capped again. So I didn't even get to make the line. I didn't even mind waiting 3 or 4 hours, but they weren't even letting us line up in the area because it was so full. I'm going to try to have God of War Timeline Part 3 done tomorrow. Then this week, we are back on our regular schedule. Monday, Friday streams. Thursday, original content uploads. This Monday, we're playing Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, that I promised you guys a couple weeks ago. And Friday, we are going to start Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. It's probably going to be shit, but I'm genuinely excited. But yeah, you guys have a great day. I will see you soon. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like and a comment down below letting me know. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. You can also check out some of my other videos or click my Patreon link if you'd like to support GamerThumbTV. This is Fabian. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.